Good morning, babies, and welcome to Simply Stacy, where the joy of the Lord is our strength. Well, today I want to ask you a question. Do you know the giants that you are facing in your life that is stopping you from doing what God desires for you to do and reaching your dreams that you have for yourself and that God has for you? You know, babies, just like Moses when he was in the wilderness, he sent out the spies to go spy out the land that they supposed to be going into, the promised land. And when they went over there, all of them was fearful except for two. They seen the giants and they said, no, we can't take them. But Joshua and Caleb said, we can take them. We can do it. And babies, there's certain things in your life that you feel like that you're never going to get over. There's things in your life that you believe that you can't handle, but you got to leave it to God. When you see these giants in your life, you got to know that God is going to take you through these situations. You will survive, that you will take these giants out in your life. So many people got giants in their life that has overtaken them. They have given up. But you need to know the giants in your life so that you can defeat them. You need to spy out your situation. Look at your situation. See what is stopping you from moving forward in every area of your life. You know, your giant could be fear. Your giant could be depression. Your giant could be your relationship. Your giant could be an eating habit. Your giant could be any type of addiction that's out here. From cigarettes to alcohol to sexual addictions, different types of addictions could be your giant. You need to recognize the giants in your life and ask God to show you what to do to take your giant down. You know, in this season, the enemy is coming in like a flood. But God said he will lift up a standard. He will lift up a standard. But you have to allow him in your life. Allow him to tell you what to do. Talk to God. He is your friend. He is your father. Ask him, Lord, what do I do in this situation to get out? You know, in my life, I have asked God. I've seen different giants in my life. I was stuck at one time, didn't know. You know, sometimes we get stuck in patterns. We're used to situations. We're used to the old. And we don't want to change it. We don't want to move forward. But you have to ask yourself, am I stuck? Do I want change? Am I just here in this situation doing the same thing that I've been doing for years? You know, God is a God that is change. He's of change. Everything is constant changing every day. So if you don't get used to change, that's going to be a giant in your life. Because you have to recognize and know that change is going to happen every day, every minute, every hour. You know, nothing stays the same. There is a basic foundation to certain things, but things is constantly moving, constant change. You can see that in our world today. Things is moving at like warp speed. Warp speed. You know, technology. You know, things in the business world. Everything is changing in the health world. Things are changing just in government. Everything is just changing. And it is changing in the spirit world. Everything is changing, but you have to stay up to par. You know, the enemy wants you to be depressed. He don't want you to beat that giant. He's tormenting your mind. He's telling you that you can't do this, you can't do that. Them are giants in your life. He wants you to give up. He wants you to stop the fight. He wants you to feel like it's never going to happen, that things is never going to change in your life. Them are giants that come to stop you. You know, you think like that, that's a giant in your life. You need to realize that God is already giving you the victory over every giant and every situation in your life. What giants are you facing today? What is a giant in your life today? Allow God to show you how to take down your giant. You know, when Moses sent the 12 spies over there to spy out the land, and the 10 came back with a negative report, 2 came back with a positive report. What report do you have? Do you see it in your spirit that you can take these giants out and take the land that God has promised you? Can you take them out? But God will give you the strength and the know-how of what to do to take out your giant. But you have to ask him. Ask him. And stand on his word and know that it is already done. No giant can't take you out. I don't care how big your situation looks. Doesn't matter how big it looks. You can take down your Goliath the same way that David did. He took him down. He was small of stature, but he had faith that he could take that giant down. He believed God. He took down other things in his life. And he was determined he could take down Goliath. And he did. He took him down. He took his giant down. Nobody didn't think he could. And that's how some people in your life, they don't believe that you're going to make it through these situations. They don't think that you're going to be a survivor. But you're going to take these giants down. It is in you. God has given you the strength to take it down. I don't care how big that situation is. You can come out on the other side as a victorious person in him and get your promised land. Well, babies, know the giants in your life. If you don't know the giants in your life, you will not be able to take them down. The children of Israel had several giants that they had to take out before they got their promised land. The Hittites, the Amorites, the Jebusites. It was so many of them that they had to fight. And it's the same thing with us. We got to fight those giants the same way they did to get that promised land. But you got to know your Jebusites. You got to know your Gizites. You got to know the Amorites in your life. You got to know your giants so you can take them out. And ask God to help you and show you how to take out the giants in your life so you can walk into your promised land. Well, babies, I love you and so do God. Smooches.